Hello everyone, this is Babu Raipudi, Director Brics Academy, and I also take law, business law, that is foundation business law, and CA intermediate corporate and other laws, and strategic management, and also at the foundation level economics. Now this class is about strategic management. First and foremost, in CA Inter, out of both the groups, Group 2 is a very crucial one. The reason being, in Group 2, two papers are theory subject and two papers are practical subject. That is, costing is a practical subject and FM is again practical subject, but FM-SM combination में strategic management is there. Most of the students are complaining that strategic management we are not able to write, we're not able to score because we generally think it is a theory subject, but still somehow we are not able to score, etc. They say. But I'm telling you guys, in Group 2, if you want to increase aggregate, strategic management and auditing paper, these two papers will help you a lot. And you both the papers, they look like theory, but they're actually technical papers. Many students are thinking they are just theory subjects so we can manage. No, you can't manage. And majority of the questions they're asking business connected, practical oriented questions. So you must know the pattern of writing the answer. Though institute has given model papers, institute has given model answers, no doubt about it, you have to follow that model answer, but most of the model answers are very, very lengthy. So you must straight away come to a concept and come to a concept and come to a conclusion and write exactly what is the examiner asking. That is very, very important. All right, guys. So I want you to pay attention for this 30 minutes class. I'm starting now. Introduction to strategic management. Out of 5 papers, this first chapter play a very important role, because if in case you don't understand first chapter 101%, you won't be able to understand the other chapters, because first chapter has a direct connection with all the other 4 chapters. Okay, let us understand like this. Say for example, we have a business. We have a concept called business. I'm writing on the material itself. This material will be given to you. I have a concept called business. So what is this business? Normally in general, when we talk about business, we think of business is about selling goods and services. Oh, business is all about buying goods and services, producing goods and services, transporting goods and services. Everybody think in that way. But trust me, business is all about meeting the needs of the society. That means if I'm doing an education business, I have to meet knowledge needs of the society. If I'm running a transport business, I have to meet commutation needs of the society. If I'm producing a movie, I have to meet entertainment needs of the society. So every business has a purpose for which it is started. And I'm telling you, do not read strategic management subject like a general management paper. You will face a lot of issues. I'm telling you, it is a technical paper. You need to be very careful about technical topics, technical terms, especially the terms, the language is very, very important. There is nothing wrong in understanding this paper in general, but when you present this paper, you have to be very careful about using the subject language. About using what? Subject language. Be very careful. So in general, business could be anything like doing, I mean, in accountancy, you must have, the business is all about keeping yourself busy. Or in general, business is all about selling goods. In strategic management context, business is all about meeting the needs of the society. Meeting the needs of the society. Meeting the needs of the society. That means every business has to meet the need of the society. Now, while meeting the needs of the society, there are a lot of people. So there are many sellers meeting the needs of the society just like you do. Like suppose if I'm running a coaching center, there are many people running coaching center. If I'm running a hotel, there are many people running a hotel. If I'm running a bank, there are many people running banks. So in every business, you will find a lot of people. When there are a lot of people, we call this scenario as competition. When there are a lot of people, we call it as what? Competition. When there is a competition, everybody will try to do something better than others. If I have competition, I'll try my level best to do something better than others. If I have a competition, there are many sellers doing exactly what I'm doing. When every seller is doing what exactly I'm trying to do, then I'll try to be better than others, right? I'll try to be better than others. Is my point clear? Now, when every company is trying to be better than others, this is called company trying to achieve competitive advantage. Company trying to achieve what advantage? Competitive advantage. So a competitive advantage means what? Competitive advantage is nothing but doing business activities better than others. Doing business activities better than others. Is my point clear? Doing business activities better than others. Now understand. So we have a concept called business. Is my point clear? Then in business, we have to meet the needs of the society. In meeting the needs of the society, not only you alone, there are many people who are meeting the needs of the society. Then when there are many people in meeting the needs of the society in your business, we call it as having a competition. When there is a competition, everybody will try to do business activities better than others. Business activity, let it be marketing, let it be HR, let it be finance, let it be quality, quantity, etc., transportation, packing, packaging, anything, whatever business activities that you have, you will try to do business activities better than others. You will try to do business activities better than others. When you try to do business activities better than others, it is called achieving competitive advantage. Achieving what advantage? Competitive advantage. I prepared material exclusively based on examination orientation only. Make sure this material is more than sufficient. And I did not delete anything what is there in the textbook, and I added something based on the other points, whatever. And only classes will not help you. You also have to watch classes anyway. It's a part of your package. When you, after attending every chapter, I'll also solve some questions. You have to answer those questions as well. You have to answer those questions and understand those questions. How to write answer is more important than whether you understood the concept or not. That is very important. All right. Okay. Now, what is this? What is this competitive advantage? So everybody will try to achieve competitive advantage. If you want to achieve competitive advantage, you need to have a long-term action plan, LTAP. You need to have what action plan? Long-term action plan. This long-term action plan to achieve competitive advantage, we call it as strategy. This long-term action plan to achieve competitive advantage is called what? Strategy. So I gave you now what is a strategy. What is a strategy? Strategy is a long-term action plan to achieve competitive advantage. What is competitive advantage? Doing business activities better than others. Why should we achieve competitive advantage? Because there is a competition. What is a business? Meeting the needs of the society. If you look at all these points, you will understand one very important thing. That business means meeting the needs of the society. Business means what? Meeting the needs of the society. Business means meeting the needs of the society. Yes, clear? And in meeting the needs of the society, you have to achieve competitive advantage. You have to achieve what? Competitive advantage. Competitive advantage is nothing but doing business activities better than others. Doing business activities better than others, right? Yes or no? Now look at this carefully. So this first lesson, we have introduction to strategic management. First lesson, we have introduction to strategic management. First lesson, we have introduction to strategic management. Just a second, please. Introduction to strategic management. In introduction to strategic management, we have following concepts. First one is identifying strategic decisions and behaviors. Second one, what is strategic management? Third one, what are the limitations of strategic management? Fourth one, we're going to study strategic intent, strategic mission, strategic objectives, etc., etc. Then next one, we're going to study strategic levels in the organization. Okay. Now, once again, I'm saying business is all about meeting the needs of the society. So the first important question comes: needs. In meeting the needs, there are many sellers. When there are many sellers, we call it as competition. Therefore, we need to achieve competitive advantage. To achieve competitive advantage, we need long-term action plan. This long-term action plan is called strategy. Finish. This long-term action plan is called what? Strategy. So I just gave you in strategic management what is actually strategy. I just gave you in strategic management what is actually called strategy. Now let us understand this one. So I finished what is strategy. Then let me finish what is strategic management. Let me finish what is strategic management. Look here, strategic management is all about three very important things. Strategic management is all about what? Three very important things. Number one, formulation is this strategy. Number one, formulation of this strategy. Number two, implementation of this strategy. Number three, evaluation of this strategy. What is the strategy? Long-term action plan. So what is the strategic management? Strategic management is all about formulating strategy, implementation of strategy, understood? Evaluation of strategy. That means formulating of this strategy, implementing and evaluation of this strategy together, we call it as strategic management in general. Together, we call it as what? Strategic management in general. Is my point clear? Together, we call it as strategic management in general. Is my point clear? Yes? Yes or no? So overall, first of all, title is what? What is the title? Strategic management. So what is the strategy? Long-term action plan. What is the strategic management? Strategic management is all about formulating strategy, implementing strategy, formulating strategy, implementing strategy, and evaluation of strategy. What is formulation? Designing strategy. What is implementation? Executing strategy. What is evaluation? Checking whether the strategy that has been implemented is giving results or not. Checking whether strategy that has been implemented is giving results or not. Clear? Everybody clear? Once again, I'm repeating. Business means meeting the needs of the society. In the society, apart from you, there are a lot of people meeting the needs of the society. So there is a competition. When there is a competition, every seller will try to achieve competitive advantage. When I say competitive advantage, it is nothing but performing, doing business activities better than others. So when you could do business activities better than others, you achieved competitive advantage. If you want to achieve competitive advantage, you must have a long-term action plan. That long-term action plan, we call it as strategy. And what is the strategic management? Formulation of strategy, implementation of strategy, and evaluation of strategy is called strategic management. So what is the title of the chapter now? Strategic management. Introduction to what? Strategic management. What is strategic management? Formulating, implementing, evaluation of strategies. Formulation, implementation of evaluation of strategies. Is my point clear? Yes. Everybody clear? Okay. Now, so this chapter outline, if you see, we are going to study what is the strategic management. Understood? We're going to study what concept, what is the strategy. Yes or no? We're going to study what is strategic management, and under strategic management, we're going to study what is importance of strategic management, and what are the limitation of strategic management, and what is strategic intent. Okay, then what are the levels of strategic management? We have got 3 levels, etc. This is the chapter outline. So let us understand one by one slowly. This material is a super simplified material. Trust me, this material you won't find in the market. You will definitely find it in the ICA Institute material, but in the market you won't find. So what is the first one? Introduction. Before learning about strategic management, let us understand first what is a strategy and why is strategy in business. So what I said first, business is all about meeting the needs of the society. Yes or no? And there are a lot of firms meeting the needs of society. When there are a lot of firms, we call it as what? Competition. When there's a competition, what we should do? We will try to do better than others. So achieving competitive advantage is nothing but performing business activities better than others. So to achieve competitive advantage, we need a long-term action plan. This long-term action plan, we call it as a strategy. Simple points I have used, you see. And what is a strategy? Formulating, implementing, evaluation of strategy is called what? Strategic management. So crystal clear chapter title, subject title I explained clearly. What is a strategy? Long-term action plan that helps us in achieving competitive advantage. What is strategic management? Formulation, implementation, and evaluation of strategy. Formulation, implementation, and evaluation of strategy. Is my point clear? Okay. Now, having said that, let us see now, before we further going to strategic management, let us understand what is actually management. What is actually management? What is actually management? Let us understand this. So when I talk about management, there are 4 very important things in the management. How many important things? 4 very important things. First one, it says management is a chief department which is entrusted with the task of making organization a productive entity. That means whatever activities that are there in the organization, implementing those activities in the organization can be called as a management. Then management, what it mobilizes resources in the form of manpower, money, material, technology. So when you want to make your organization producing something, when you want to make your organization to do business activities, you need resources. Those resources can be in the form of manpower, money, material, and technology. You got my point? Therefore, the third point, you see, management is all about mobilizing resources and utilizing resources efficiently. If I'm a manager, I'm mobilizing resources, I'm able to utilize resources. Management is all about task completion. Management is all about mobilizing resources. Management is all about utilizing resources in an efficient manner. Efficient manner means without any wastage of resources. Yes, it says survival success of the organization is dependent on competency of the management. If the managers are competent, then company will be able to survive. The next one, management also brings whatever changes that are needed. So see now carefully. Management is the chief department of completion of task. First point, management mobilizes resources in the form of manpower, money, material, and technology. Management mobilizes resources, utilizes resources efficiently, and management competency determines the success of the organization. Management competency determines the success of the organization. That means if the management is competent, management is a separate skill which executes things. Management is a separate things which execute things. There is a lot of difference between strategic management and management. I clearly said above, strategic management is all about formulating strategies, implementing strategies, evaluation of strategies, whereas management is all about mobilizing resources, utilizing resources, bringing whatever changes that are required. If in case organization needs to grow, there should be some changes. If existing technology is not helping us to achieve anything, then you have to change technology. If existing human resource is not helping us to achieve anything, you have to change it. If technology has to be changed, structure has to be changed, roles have to be changed, people have to be changed, so many things have to be changed. So all those changes will be brought into by management. So basically three things only are there. Management mobilizes resources such as so and so. Management utilizes resources efficiently. Second point, then management brings changes whatever is needed. Management brings changes whatever is needed. Since it is a recorded class, whenever you think it's a theory and it is little dryish, etc., because subject nature is like this, but if you neglect this, group 2 will be a difficult task for you to clear. You have to score. I'm confident of making you score 35 marks out of 50 easily in this paper. 15 on 15, most of my students got. So first time I'm recording classes, in the sense, till now I did not give online classes at all. Go and check. But now we have decided, because everybody is asking online classes, so we have decided to record online classes. All my classes like corporate law and others, plus strategic management and foundation level classes and CS classes also I'm recording now. So get the concept. This is my 28th year of teaching experience. Make sure you learn to experts. Then that will help you to write exams. So what is management? Management is all about mobilizing resources. Management is all about utilizing resources efficiently. Management is all about bringing changes, whatever is required according to the environmental situation. So now C3, what is the strategy? It's a long-term action plan to achieve competitive advantage. What is competitive advantage? It is performing business activities better than others. What is management? Management is all about three very important things: mobilizing resources systematically, utilizing resources efficiently, and making sure if there are any changes needed in the organization, because of those things, organization is not able to achieve anything, then bringing those changes will be called as management. Understood now? Yes. Now, from the functions perspective, let us look at management functions here. From the functions perspective, let us look at management functions here. Okay, see the first one. Functions like planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling. So in management, these are the functions. You must have studied in 11th class, 12th class, or graduation first year, if in case you are in. The next one is management talks about goals, design of the organization, mobilization of resources, allocation of tasks, and I mean, who should do what, and what resources they want in the organization, which department is responsible for so and so, which person is responsible for so and so, who does what, roles, responsibilities, powers, structures, mobilization, right man at the right place. A pura kahani will be there in management. Next one, it's an influence process. That means it make things happen. That means it doesn't plan anything. Whatever plans are there, those plans are going to be implemented. Whatever plans are there, those plans are going to be implemented. Whatever plans are there, those plans are going to be implemented. Next one is see, managers formulate organization goals, values, strategies, etc. Senior managers will be formulating and make sure organization will be adjusting according to the environmental factors. Now, what I'm saying, when you're reading any concept, make sure you try to understand what is it first. Because some of the concepts will be understood more better way if you have read other concepts. So until other concepts are there, first you need to, I want to know what is management. Sir, management is all about mobilizing resources. Management is all about utilizing resources efficiently. Management is all about making things happen. Management is all about allocating tasks, resources, people. Management is all about designing goals, values, strategy, etc., etc. Management is all about bringing changes if company needs to change because of those things. Because if I don't change, I may not be able to achieve anything. Therefore, management is all about these very important things. All right. Now, next one, you see overall, I'm going according to your ICA Institute material. Okay. So I'm not deleting anything. I'm making sure the material is there as it is. Okay. Look at this. Strategic management process is a set of activities that firm managers undertake to put firm in best possible position and compete successfully. Oh, if I'm a manager, if I really want to keep my company in the market competing successfully, then strategic management will help. So what strategic management you will do? You will obviously develop vision, mission, objectives, strategic analysis, etc., etc. That we'll see in strategic analysis. Separate topic is there. That is separate chapter is there. Next lesson. Okay, so what is management? Management is all about mobilizing resources. Management is all, see here carefully. Management is all about mobilizing resources. B point. Management is all about utilizing resources. Management is all about bringing changes. And the survival success of the organization is always dependent on management only. So from the functions perspective, management plans, management organizes, management directs, management staff, etc., etc. Management provide goals, design, structures, roles, responsibilities, so on and so forth. Understood? So there is a difference between management and strategic management. There is a difference between management and strategic management. What is management? It's all about mobilizing resources. It's all about allocation of functions. It's all about getting things done. It's all about utilizing resources effectively. It's all about bringing changes, whatever is required for a company to organize successfully. Excuse me. Understood, boys, girls? Yes. Okay, now let's move on to the next concept. That is, what is a strategy? What is a strategy? I'm telling you some points in the material, whichever is a key point for you to remember, I already kept it in bold form. Okay, this is the first point. The term strategy related to ways the business decides to respond to dynamic and often hostile external forces while achieving vision, mission, objectives. So we'll do one thing. So strategy is all about bunch of ways, a bunch of actions. Why strategy should have a bunch of actions? Strategy should have a bunch of actions because the environment is the external forces are very dangerous. What are external forces? Those forces that affect your business. Example, political factors, economic factors, social factors, demographic factors, technological factors. There are many outside factors on which you don't have a control will affect your organization. To face them, to beat them, you need to have plans, actions, bunch of actions. So strategy, according to subject language, strategy is about a bunch of actions that helps us to face external forces. Every company will have vision, mission, objectives. We'll see vision, mission, objectives. We'll see slowly. First of all, let me focus on what is a strategy. Strategy is a bunch of ways, bunch of actions, which helps us to respond to hostile business environment. Hostile business environment. Hostility means fluctuating business environment. Political factors keep changing. Economic factors keep changing. Government policies keep changing. Despite of all the changes in the environment, my company should be able to survive. My company should be able to survive. Second point you see, Strategy is about finding out complexity and reduce uncertainty. So first of all, I have to study environmental factors. After studying environmental factors, I have to find what are the difficulties, what are the complexities. Then I should have a bunch of action to reduce uncertainty. Find the complexity. You will find complexities in the market only when you study the market. After studying the market, after studying the market, after studying the market, you should be able to find actions to reduce uncertainty. First one is what? It includes ways, means, to respond to hostile business environment so that we will be able to achieve vision and mission. Second one is what? It helps us to find complexity. It helps us to find complexity and reduce the uncertainty. Next one is, see, strategy is about the goals and means to achieve them. What are the goals of the company and how to achieve them? Then it is a game plan. Game plan in the sense, bunch of actions. It's a game plan for what you see. To increase your market position, to conduct operations, to attract customers, to compete successfully. I repeat, it's a game plan. One game could be for competing successfully. One game could be for conducting operations successfully. One game could be attracting customers and retaining customers. One game could be competing successfully. Strategy is a game plan. First one is, as a strategy is a bunch of actions which will help us to face external forces so that we may be able to achieve vision, mission, objectives. Second is what? Strategy helps us to find complexities and reduce uncertainties. Strategy helps us to set goals to achieve them, also achieve them. Next one, strategy is a game plan. In that game plan, what is that game you're playing? I'm playing a game to improve my market position. I'm playing a game to run my operations. I'm playing a game to attract my customers. I'm playing a game to compete successfully. Fifth point, you see, strategies are sort of unified design. Unified design in the sense, better don't try to have strategies in one department. You have a strategy in HR department, that will not be sufficient. You have a strategy in commerce department, it is. You have a strategy in marketing department, it will not. You must have actions, a bunch of action plans in all the departments. In all the departments. If you really want to have a command in the long run in the market, you must not focus only infrastructure is there is no use. Only good faculty is there is good faculty is there, no exams, there is no use. Only infrastructure is there, no use. No use. Infrastructure is there, everything is there, but technology is not good, no use. Because generally core activity in coaching center is what? Good faculty I need to provide. But when it comes to offline classes, they want even infrastructure also. AC classes they want, nice projectors they want everything, so I have to provide. See the keywords. Strategy is all about ways to respond to dynamic environment. Strategy is all about finding complexity and reduce uncertainty. Strategy is all about helping setting goals and achieve them. Strategy is a game plan to attract customers, retain customers. Strategy is all about competing successfully. Strategy is a unified design. It doesn't focus on one area. Instead, it helps company to focus on many areas so that you will have advantageous position. If you're running a hotel, food is delicious, but it's not clean. What is the use? Food is delicious, clean, but they're not cleaning properly. What is the use? Workers are not proper. Workers are not wearing masks, or let's say, for example, head caps or gloves. They're not wearing. What is the use? And hotel is just beside the road, and a lot of dust is falling in like this. So just because your food is tasty does not mean customer will be retained. There are many other things you have to follow. Unify all the departments, all the divisions, etc. So now if you see the sixth point, you see carefully. What is it say there? For strategy is a long range blueprint. So strategy is about image that company wants to achieve. Strategy is about what it wants to be, what it wants to do, how it wants to do, where it wants to go. What it wants to do, how it wants to do, where it wants to go. Now it's like asking a question, where am I right now? Where am I going? It's about direction. It's about direction. So simple. Now, if you revise this after reading this, what are you supposed to do? You have to revise this. What is this? Strategy is about ways to respond to the business environment, keyword. Strategy is about finding complexity and reduce uncertainty. Strategy is about helping company to set goals and achieve them. Strategy is about game plan to retain customers and compete successfully. All points you can't write. That's why. Strategy is about unified design and make sure that in the long run, you will have advantageous position. Therefore, strategy is a long range plan. Strategy is about your image, direction. Strategy is about what you are right now, where you want to go, how you want to go. Direction. The path will be given. All right. So there are some definitions here. Hands-off gave a definition. Strategy is a common thread among the organization activities, means all activities have to be covered. That means he says products, markets, everything should be covered. Next one, William Glueck said it's a unified, comprehensive, integrated plan. Unified, comprehensive in the sense it's a plan that covers all activities. You are not trying to be better in finance. You are trying to be better in finance, HR, marketing, everything. So you can't say, beta, I gave you a good teacher, but it's okay, toilets are not there properly, adjust. No, student won't adjust. Beta, I gave a good teacher, but infrastructure thoda average, please adjust. He won't adjust because he will definitely not adjust, because nowadays customer is really knowledgeable. He wants everything. He wants more. So I gave a faculty, but only with 2 years experience. No, he won't accept. I gave a faculty without communication skills. He won't accept. So it's not about qualified faculty. It's about good faculty with all the ingredients in it. So therefore, unified. It's a comprehensive. It covers everything in the organization. Remember. All right. Okay. Now, 9th point you see. Strategy is consciously considered and flexibly designed scheme of corporate intent. Intent means corporate desire. So strategy includes your action to mobilize resources. Strategy includes direction. Strategy includes how to handle events and problems. Strategy includes how to find opportunities and use them. Strategy includes how to find challenges and face them. So your strategy must focus on what? How to mobilize resources. Yes. How to direct. Yes. How to handle events and problems. How to find opportunities and grab the opportunities. How to find challenges and face challenges. So indirectly, it says 10th point is strategy is meant to fill the need of the organization. What is the need of the organization? Best example. Some needs of the organization. I want to make profit. I want to be number one in the market. I want to satisfy customer. I want to retain customer. I want to increase number of customers, etc., etc. All these things will be covered in the strategy. 11th point you see, strategy provides an integrated framework for the top management. Evaluate and exploit. So first of all, this 11th point clearly says for the top management, who's responsible for designing strategies? Top level managers. Everybody in the company may not be involved in designing strategies. Next one, strategy is about evaluating, exploiting opportunity. Better find out what opportunities you have. And how to grab them. And better find out threats. See, opportunity is a favorable condition. Depending on the changes that are happening in the market, you must find the opportunities. Nowadays, number of commerce students are increasing, science students are decreasing. For me, it's an opportunity to convert all the students into CA course. All the students may not convert, at least it's an opportunity for me. How do I create an opportunity? I will go and provide seminars. And I'll talk to all the commerce students saying that this is a course which is the highest qualification, so on and so forth. I create opportunities. Then I also find threat. Threat means my every teacher is starting an institution. Every individual teacher is starting an institution. For me, every teacher starting an institute is a competition. And online classes are coming. That is also competition. Understood now? So you have to find threats and you also find weaknesses and minimize. So 4 very important. Better find opportunities and grab them. Better find threats and face them. Better find strength and use it. And find weaknesses and minimize. I repeat, find opportunities, grab them, find threats and minimize them, protect, face them, find weaknesses and make sure, use your strength and minimize weaknesses. So the job is very simple. Better focus on strength, strengthen strengths and minimize weaknesses, and focus on opportunities and minimize threats. So end of the day, in strategic management, I will study environmental factors. After studying environmental factors, what do? I mean, who am I? First of all, I'm a top level manager. Being a top level manager, what do? I'll find out opportunities. I'll find out threats. Opportunities are found, they have to be grabbed. Threats that are found, they have to be faced. Strengths that are found, they have to be used. And weaknesses that are found should be minimized. Let's say, for example, if I'm not located at right place, Customer is finding it very difficult to come to my business, so I have to minimize that weakness and relocate myself to some place where customer can reach. So every company will have weaknesses. Every company will have a threat. Like changing technology is a threat for me. I'm comfortable taking offline classes. But technology has come, students are expecting online classes. So it's a threat for me. So how to face it? I have to buy technology and start recording classes. No option at all. All right. Now, this MCQ points, these two are MCQ points. Please make sure you remember these 2 points. These 2 points is strategy is not a substitute for sound alert. If a management is sound and alert and responsible, sound management means it knows what is happening in the market. And it is also responding to what is happening in the market. So when it is responding to, when an organization is alert, when an organization is responsible, when organization keenly monitoring what is happening in the market, understood, then where is the question of having strategy? No need of strategy. Is not a substitute for sound. Strategy cannot be a substitute for alert management. Management is already alert. So that's why first point, if you see, strategy is all about ways and means and find what you call find environmental changes, complexities, and face them. All right. And the next note is strategy can never be perfect. When I formulate a strategy, does not mean it's going to be executed as it is. I'm telling you, your strategy implementation is dependent on market, and market means business environment. In business environment, there are so many changes keep happening. When so many changes keep happening, 101% you will face a problem. Therefore, strategy is not perfect, is not flawless, is not mistakeless, is not optimal. So strategy itself. So that means indirectly, let's say this point, you see this point carefully. What is the strategy? Strategy is all about what? All about what? All about what? Flexibility. That means just because you have a strategy, don't try to be rigid. It has to be flexible. What does it mean? When I formulated strategy, if there are any changes that are happening because of which my strategy is not working, I must be able to change and adapt to the changes. That is what strategy. Strategy comes into picture the moment you start reading opportunities, the moment you start reading threats, the moment you start finding out your strengths and weaknesses, grab the opportunity, face the threats, use your strength and minimize your weaknesses. And finally, make sure your organization is adjusting with the environmental changes. This is where strategy comes into picture. Therefore, it's the third point is it should be flexible and practical. Okay, I mean, some flexibility you have to give. And a sound strategy, allowances are made for possible miscalculations. That means when you have a better strategy, if there are any unexpected events, if there are any what? Unexpected events, if there are any unexpected events, your strategy must be flexible, must be able to be changed. If you're not able to change strategy, then there is no use of having strategy. Okay, now this is what we studied today. Let's have a recap of what exactly we discussed today. So if you look at the first page, this material will be given to you once you're a student of Brics Academy. Don't worry. Okay, so first introduction means what I said, but a business is all about meeting the needs of the society. While meeting the needs of the society, you are not alone in the market. There are a lot of people doing the same business. So when there are a lot of people doing the same business, it is called having a competition. When there is a competition, you need to try to be better than others. When you are trying to be better than others, means when you try to perform business activities better than others, we call it as competitive advantage. If you want to achieve competitive advantage, you must have a long-term action plan. This long-term action plan is called strategy. Is my point clear? Yes. Now, what is strategic management? Sir, strategic management is all about formulating this, implementing this, and evaluation of this. Formulating, implementing, and evaluation of this. Then the next one, apart from strategic management, we have some small introduction about management. When it comes to management, most importantly, management will get things done. Management will execute plans. Management will mobilize resources. Management will utilize resources efficiently. Management will bring all the changes that are required for us to be successful in the market. When it comes to functions, management has got planning, organizing, directing, staffing, etc., etc. It's all about tasks. It's all about roles. It's all about influencing the business. It's all about setting the goals. It's all about formulating strategies, so on and so forth. End of the day, being a manager, you are supposed to take a decision to ensure your organization is able to adjust with the changes in the business environment. If the changes are happening and you're not able to adjust your company, there is no point in staying in the business. You cannot say changes are happening, but I won't change. No, simple principle, you change, you will flourish. You don't change, you will perish. Simple logic. So technology is changing, you have to change. Like you see, like last 3-4 years, I was not interested in using technology and taking online classes at all, to be very frank. So everybody said, no, 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 I won't go for online. I don't believe in online. But half of the people are believing in online classes only. Half of the people are believing in online classes only. What shall I do? So I have to adapt myself. I have to adapt. So that means what I'm doing now, I'm trying to adapt my organization according to the changing technologies, etc., etc. Right? Overall concept of strategy, I said it is a bunch of ways that helps you to adjust with the business environment. It helps you to find complexities and reduce uncertainty. It's a game plan to retain the customers. It's a unified design to achieve long-term objectives. Overall, it's long range. It gives a direction. It's a blueprint. It tells you what you are, what you want to do, how you want to do, where you want to go. It's a recorded class, unlimited views I'm giving. Just go back and rehear once again so that you will understand, because this subject grip you have to get the grip very fast. I mean, grasp it very fast and keep writing whatever you understood. Even if material is given, always after understanding, just write strategy and keep writing. Keep writing. Oh, strategy, ways, complexity, dynamic, game plan, unified design. These are all keywords. Like this, you have to use. Examiner will try to understand. Overall, in strategy, we have to be flexible. We have to be practical. We have to find opportunities. We have to grab opportunities. We have to find threats. We have to face them. Okay, we should have actions to find opportunities. We should have actions to find threats and minimize them. We should have actions to find weaknesses and minimize them. We should have actions to utilize our strengths. So mobilize resources, face events, face problems, find opportunities, so on and so forth. End of the day, if you really want to survive in the business, you must find opportunities and grab them. For that reason, you must have a long-term action plan. This long-term action plan should be flexible, should be practicable, etc., etc. Who should design this? Top level managers. Who should design this? Note mate says, but if your management is alert, there is no need of strategy. And do not think that strategy is perfect and it will be flawless. No, it will have defects. Because of the changes that are happening in the market, there is every possibility strategy has to be changed. So therefore, there can, whatever plans that you have, whatever strategy that you have, whatever long-term action plan or bunch of actions that you already lined up, there is every possibility there will be some unexpected events, there will be some miscalculations. All these things 100% will affect your strategy. When changes affecting your plans, you must be able to change them. You must be able to adjust them. You must be able to adapt yourself. You must be able to be flexible in the sense change whatever is needed. All right, understood now? In the next class, we're going to continue from the next one. So each chapter will be divided into 4 or 5 topics, 4 or 5 lessons for your convenience, so that 30 minutes, 40 minutes you can attend the class. And that will be especially theory subjects at a stretch instead of listening. Nicely, 30, 40 minutes, you watch the class, you come to a conclusion. Afterwards, take a notebook and write all the important points that you understood. Then continue. Then future lessons you will understand. 35 out of 50 is our benchmark. And one of my students last year got 44 marks in SM. I'm telling you, because he said FM I attempted only 10 marks. Understood? So especially MCQ questions, 15 questions are there. My job is to make sure you will get 50 on 15 no matter what. All right? Yes? Chalo. Have a good day. Take care. Thank you so much.